You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Boy, oh boy, with that final episode of Blue Lock Season 2, did it redeem itself. Blue Lock Season 2 went from being an ugly duckling to a beautiful swan, from PowerPoint presentation to absolute cinema.
Oh, that was crazy. I've never actually experienced that sort of atmosphere again before. It's absolutely electric, the passion, everything we've seen from both sets of fans.
So we come back to the theme of our discussion. Did this episode 14, save the entire season of Blue Lock? Well, some comments would say so, because the way how persons reacted to this final episode, many persons have allowed it to brainwash their bad memories of the bad animation that consistently plagued Season 2. But before we get into my opinion about the answer to that question, let's see what Twitter has to say about it. The bad animation that we sat through in Blue Lock was 100% worth it. I don't care. I lost my mind while watching that.
Oh, boy! Yeah!
Another person said, look man, I feel bad for the animators because I know they wanted to make this season the best of Blue Lock. But sadly it couldn't work out. But man, this final episode was perfect. Had the chills and everything. I really hope they can nail the neo-egoist arc. Then we will end with this comment. I feel like the ending of Blue Lock Season 2 was executed perfectly. I do not think we needed this level of animation all season because it really is an effective transition for the additional time moment. The animation for the Blue Lock versus Under 20 was great. The ending just gave us peak animation. Loved every second of it. Yeah, so those were the opinions of persons on X, and even though they had their thoughts about the animation for the entire season, everyone agreed that that final episode was absolute finger-licking good perfection. But what are my thoughts on it? Is Season 2 a success or a failure? Well, my viewpoint is basically summed up by this particular tweet. This person said, one episode of insane animation does not save the whole season.
What?
But before we get into those explanations, if you're enjoying what you are watching, please hit the subscribe button. On this channel, we talk about anime news, manga news, and whatever interesting stuff we find and see online talking about that type of culture, we talk about it on this channel. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So let's get back into my not needed opinion. So my opinion on it, and of course you are free to disagree with me in the comments in a nice and kind-hearted way, but it is a failure. Season 2 was a failure, and the problem with it was the animation. Now, number one, I am fully aware of what an animator had said some months ago about the tight schedule that they had to deal with and the difficulties that they had in animating this project, how they presented their final product, and still those in the top executives or whoever you want to call them still did some things to their work to make it look a little bit, how to put it, as a PowerPoint presentation, as they say. So we are aware of that, and of course I would agree, I don't know the facts, but I may agree that it could be Kodansha may have pushed this situation, because we know that when an anime is popular, it could tend to push manga sales. So it could be the possibility that Kodansha may have pressured the animators to, or Studio 8-bit to rush this project.
But wait! There's more!
What makes this more heartbreaking is that this storyline was such an incredible storyline. The music was fantastic as well, but the problem was the animation. It was too distracting. We got very good animation. It was not top tier stuff, but it was very good animation in Season 1, and then Season 2 gave us a PowerPoint presentation, and it was so distracting. You weren't able, well, at least for me, you weren't able to really focus on the story too much, but you're wondering what is going on the screen, and that is such a shame. And I will say this might not be controversial, it may be controversial to some people, but to me, this bad animation robbed Blue Lock Season 2 of having the potential of being called, not just having, because of the final episode, the anime episode of the year, but if it had very good animation that would have continued from Season 1, it could have had the potential of being in the category of anime of the year as well.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
So after that incredible ending of Season 2, some persons may be wondering, where can I get more of that yumminess of Blue Lock? We know that Season 3 will definitely be coming because the manga is still ongoing and it is still very popular, but word has not gone out yet when there will be a Season 3. But if you are interested in continuing on in the manga, you have to check out Volume 18, Chapter 150, and the title of that chapter, fitting chapter name by the way, is Holiday. But what can we look forward to for Season 3? If for some reason your finger slipped and you closed off that web browser, you may have missed out on two interesting end credit scenes. One being the return, spoilers, the return of Kunigami. Hopefully I pronounced that right because I completely forgot about that character. And also the introduction to some guy with some magical tattoo across his neck called Michael Kaiser. And he will be voiced, it has already been announced that he will be voiced by this interesting voice actor by the name of Mamoru Miyano. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Famous for voicing characters from Death Note, Bungo Stray Dogs, Steins Gate, Demon Slayer, and the list goes on and on.
Nice.
And final Blue Lock news, we just want to take this opportunity to congratulate that Japanese woman who decided to marry Isagi Yoshi. So the comment section is all yours. Let us know. Tell us in the comments, how do you feel about Blue Lock Season 2? Do you feel that that final episode makes Season 2 a success? Or do you think that despite the wonderful episode it was, it did not save the season? Again, let us know in the comments. But did you know that the UN has a very interesting war on anime and manga? We just talk about all kind of things about it on this channel, you know. If you're interested in that topic, in order for you to be able to access it, it's going to be popping up on your screen. You have to click on that subscribe button. So that's it. Go on.